What always surprises people is Roku is actually one of the most popular streaming devices in North America. In fact, it is inside over 40% of households. I think it's closer to 50. But there's so many different options for these, and a lot of people don't actually know anything about them. So this is going to be the watch before you buy guide, where I give you all the information you need to know before you decide which one, if any, you're going to purchase. The best way to support me is subscribing down below. But if you want to take it a step further, I've included all my affiliate links to the Roku devices in this video down below in the description. Let's get to it. Okay, welcome to my Roku device. And I wanted to start off by talking about the home screen, the operating system, and the ease of use, because this is the key word when we're talking Roku. Simple. Okay, it's not customizable. It's not hard to get anything done. It is simple. And I thought, what better way to welcome you than with Roku City? This is Roku's own custom screensaver that they constantly put little Easter eggs in, advertisements. It's kind of like a meme in the Roku kind of fan base. You know, there's just always something going on with it. So a lot of people love the Roku home screen. You can see it has even an interactive, button that I can press here to take me to one of their advertisements, which is Soccer Zone. So they have a big promotion with the World Cup. Now, starting off with Roku's home screen, this is why I say it's the easiest to use. It's not the nicest, I would say, but look how straightforward it is. You have your front home menu, which has all your applications when you click to the right. This makes it easy to access any streaming service, whether this is free or paid services such as Netflix, Prime Video. All the ones you already pay for are going to be immediately installable on your device. But this also includes some free streaming applications such as Tubi TV or Roku's own Roku channel, which provides you with a ton of live channel content completely free with their system, including video on demand. So this is non-cost stuff that you can watch pretty much from anywhere, right? So very, very simple to use. But I just wanted to kind of introduce that first, is just how easy and straightforward it is. Now, there are a lot of other menus, like they have their live TV section where you can check out guides. So this is if you have any live TV apps or any live TV that is available, will be easily accessible here. Right now, they have this exclusive Soccer Zone. It is usually not there. They also have this featured free section where it's going to show you all this featured content that is completely free, that you can watch either using your current subscription or that is available on free streaming apps. So right here with Scary Movie, one of the original ones, I think this is like the kind of horror comedy one. You guys remember, the guy, take my hand, with the little hand. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Anyways, so you can see it's available on Pluto TV, which is a free streaming service. So it's showing you where you can actually watch this stuff for free. Now, the great part about Roku is they also have their settings menu, which allows you to switch up your home screen. So if you want to, for instance, remove menu items, like maybe you don't want the Soccer Zone there, you can hide it. In fact, we can hide pretty much everything here and make this the easiest and cleanest home screen that we can create. Look at this. Now you just have home, search, your streaming store, and settings. So if you really want to simplify this, it's really easy to do, and that's what attracts a lot of people to Roku. So for instance, when my mom contacted me a few years ago and she's like, hey, I want to get streaming devices in my house and cut cable and get these apps on it, I know she's not the most tech savvy. So my immediate thought was, let's get her Roku. And this probably saved me at least 10 phone calls a year just about trying to fix simple things, because there's just not a whole lot you can mess up here. And that's why I suggest Roku if you want ease, you want simple. Now you can also go into their streaming store and just simply install any application you want. So if Netflix wasn't on there yet, you could click on it, you'd be able to install it right here, and then you'd be able to access your Netflix. So it's pretty quick and easy to use. And once you use and open the apps once, you're not going to have a problem with them. Now, that is all well and good. But the question is, what kind of Roku device should you get? And is there a major difference between them? Let's talk about it. Now, there are very minor differences between Roku devices, and there's really 4 main ones you're going to run into. Well, 5. Once we talk about number 5, you'll see. The first one is the Roku streaming stick, which is just their HD stick. The biggest difference between almost all their devices is mostly just the video quality. There are other small changes here or there, but the biggest thing we need to focus on is the video quality. This should be pretty obvious. This is an HD stick going for 40 CAD, so this is Canadian, so yes, Americans, this should be, I think, $29.99 in the US of A, or in the UK, whatever it is in euros. So again, the major thing here is it's a small compact stick, but is only HD quality. So you will not be able to stream in 4K. That is the major difference. Now, moving over to our next device, which is the Roku Streaming Stick Plus. Now, this is a slight upgrade from the HD, and the major difference here again is the video quality. This is a 4K streaming stick, which is also going to give you HDR and allow for better looking video. Okay, so if you want to stream in 4K, maybe you pay for the Netflix 4K or anything like that, having this will make a difference because you will get better quality video. It does support HDR TVs as well with HDR 10 and 10 Plus. So you get a little extra bonus there. I find it funny because even Roku here admits that they really don't change anything between devices. So the Roku Express 4K was one of their older 4K devices. It wasn't a stick, it was like a little half box kind of. And even here they just say, this is just a new looking device. So they're just kind of saying like Roku's kind of known for not really upgrading their devices that much. They kind of keep everything very closed system, and this leads to a lot more simplicity for users, but not a whole lot of extra, great specs or new things to talk about with them. They just kind of stay the same. And that's where we come to the last stick style devices. This is the Roku Streaming Stick 4K. Now, again, there's a difference here. It's video quality, but as you guys can see, it's still a 4K stick. However, you might be wondering, well, why is it $20 more? Well, this is actually their device that comes with Dolby Vision. So if we go back, you can see HD, 4K, HDR. Here you have HD, 4K, HDR, and Dolby Vision, which does always cost more because they have to pay for the licensing for each device from Dolby in order to put Dolby Vision on. So that's the major difference with this one. You are going to get Dolby Vision, which again, if compatible, is going to lead to better video quality. And to round off our devices, you have the Roku Ultra. Now, this is $129. It does have Dolby Vision. It is 4K, and this should, in theory, be faster than I would say your average Roku stick. So when I say faster, I mean apps will load faster. The menu might move a little bit faster. But otherwise, it's not a huge difference, and this is probably the one I recommend the least. I think my favorite purchase is just the Streaming Stick Plus. Yeah, it doesn't have Dolby Vision, but I would say most people it doesn't matter. Now, there is one more set of items we have to talk about, and those are TVs. There is a lot of TVs that just have Roku built directly into them, and there are tons of them now and tons of style. In fact, there are even, if we go here, there are even projectors. This is a brand that I work with a lot, Orzen, that has Roku built into it. And this prevents the need for a streaming stick or a streaming box like this. However, the only warning I would have with getting a TV is sometimes the TVs, because the system's built in, it's not a dedicated device, can be a little bit slower, a little bit. But I would say for most people, if you have Roku built in, it's not going to matter that much. Maybe you might get a few second delays here or there, but I just don't think it's the biggest deal. Now, the last thing I want to mention is with Roku, whatever is on the device is what you're going to get. Roku does not allow side loading, so you're not going to be able to add apps that are not available in their streaming store. What you get through their streaming store is the only things you can install. And this is why users that like customization, for instance, end up going with more Android-based devices because they can also sideload applications and do all sorts of fun stuff. So if Roku is now something that you're saying, hey, this is actually a good fit for me, I've included the links to every product we've talked about today down below in the description. as well as my favorite Roku projector, and also my favorite Roku TV. So if you guys want to check those out, purchase through the links down below. Otherwise, I hope this helped a little bit. Subscribe to the channel. Bye.